Hello, mis amigos. We've got to talk already. A couple videos ago, you saw the street light that when I looked back at the video, the phone does not do justice, but it was also at sunrise. So you can imagine what that light is like at night. And yesterday, the state that I'm in turned it off. Pretty fast for Costa Rican standards, I gotta say. 4 business days, the light's off. Pretty impressive. Very lucky to be able to get that light off, just with the neighbor situation that we have here. And so what did I do last night? Hung around the property, was outside, grounded a little bit more, chilling, listening to a podcast. And what do we go on to do? We get 9.5 hours of sleep last night. I got so much sleep that when I woke up this morning, chilling. Big chilling. Now sometimes that can have its cons, right? In a progressive, always moving forward society, that can have a lot of cons. But for your health and well-being and long-term moves and plays, it's undefeated. Undefeated. The previous 6 or 7 nights I was staying here, I was getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep. I got one night of good sleep where I was able to get the room dark, and I hid in there right after the sun set. I hid in there, but it's still on the top of your mind. Man, I can't go out this door. Spiders all over me. I can't go out this door without getting zapped. I can't do it. And there was a couple other things, like trying eye masks, trying to block the windows better, closing doors. But when you have a light that bright, it gets in. It gets in. I mean, it just took me right back to Friday Night Lights, playing football in high school. I dare you to go to a Friday night football game next fall. And you don't have to be directly in the light, because that's not what the equivalent of this was. But maybe go behind the bleachers, find like a decently shaded spot from any stadium lights or bright lights. And I want you to lay down, and I want you to go to sleep. And I want you to get some restful, recovering, healthy sleep, where you're recovering your heart, your brain, your muscles, your entire system. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But getting that light turned off, and then having last night. What I'm here on this channel for, especially at the beginning here, is sharing my testimony. That's what I'm here for. The most sleep I got was 7 hours. That was one night of sleep. And I was already dead tired. So when you're dead tired, you can kind of get to sleep, but it's not very helpful sleep. 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. Get the light turned off. 9.5 hours of sleep. No racy thoughts throughout the night. No cortisol. Less cortisol. Even when I woke up, when cortisol is supposed to be high. Stress. Your stress is supposed to be highest right in the morning. Because it's time to get up, buddy. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. See, he's ready. But nothing too much to talk about. Just clarifying and adding on to that blue light causing all the problems in society. I bet if we changed nothing, but all the lights at night, I think a lot of people would get away with being indoors a lot of the day. I mean, in terms of their sleep, they would still recover. They'd still be able to decently recover and sleep and not break down their systems in their body that just destroy their health. Because when you're indoors all day and you're not sleeping, it's over. Every day you're aging 20 days. So why do you think someone like me, a 20-year-old, has and had the symptoms of what people usually get in their 60s and 70s? When I walk around, or when I watch my neighbors walk around my neighborhood back home in Ohio, there's a couple older people, well, really all of the older people that walk around, and I'll be out there like this when it's 40 degrees because it's sunny out. So I want to get as much sun as possible. And I'm walking out there, I'm skipping, I'm hopping, feeling good, getting the sun, and they're bundled up, shivering, and they're just like, man, like, how are you? And then I catch myself feeling the same way they do at the age of 20. Do you think that's normal? Do you think that's right? Do you ever see little kids cold and shivering when they're healthy and in a good environment, of course? Like, think about when you were a kid, right? The kids today, they're probably experiencing it too, and even earlier. So blue light at night, it just ages you. It ages you. This channel is not going to be too much about science. It's going to be straight testimony, straight practical advice that you can implement right after you watch this video. I'm not a science nerd. I don't like all the... I actually do love the science part of it, but I don't like thinking about it or discussing it with people, because that's not what's important. And it's amazing we've been able to discover these things, but for someone like me, people I want to be around, I just want to be around a bunch of people who are involving the things we learn into our lives, adding them to our lives, implementing them, thriving, building amazing communities, families, and living, you know, people my age, I'd say about 20 to 35 years old, the biggest thing people get trapped in, especially since they have no dopamine and that they're depressed, is finding their purpose, finding God's purpose. Like, it's such a big focus. What is Jesus, or what is the Lord, or what is my God, whatever religion, what does the universe want me to do? What's my purpose? Good luck finding that when you're surrounded by technology 24/7 and never out in the real world. It's always going to be artificial. It's always going to be in the back of your mind. What's my purpose? Even though you're doing something that you believed was your purpose, maybe in the tech world, maybe your job, indoors all day. Brendan, aren't you filming a video right now? Yeah, my phone's in airplane mode. There's no Wi-Fi or data around me. My phone is almost 10 feet away from me, and there's no screens in front of me. I'm looking at a beautiful mountain view right now, and I'm gonna spend about 15 to 20 minutes uploading this video on like 7 different platforms. 15 to 20 minutes on my MacBook with Iris software downloaded. That helps minimize the flicker and the light, the bright blue light. And I leave it on red mode. So there's no blue light, even during the day on my laptop. I'm not holding it on my lap, so it's radiating my nuts, and I can't have kids in the future. Man, 25-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds can't have kids anymore, men and women. Phone in the pocket, zapping our sexual organs, gone. Now we can't have kids. Now we can't reproduce. When you get out in the real world also, man, what else is there but land, Mother Nature, family, and community? So no wonder there's such a big push to not have kids, and that kids are negative and hold you back in life. We rambled there at the end, but just an update on that video. couple days ago. 9.5 hours of sleep. I'll keep you guys updated on that, and have a great day.